Hello everyone and welcome to Who Reviews, where we review everything Doctor Who. For today's review we are reviewing the Creation of the Daleks set made by Character Options. Now this is new to 2022 and is just hitting shops. So first we will start by reviewing the box. Now the box for this set is not like what we have previously seen with the two previous Dalek sets, the Deaths of the Daleks set and the Planet of the Daleks set 2. This creation of the Dalek set has gone back to the Windows style. Turn it around so you can have a look. Has gone back to the Windows style of box, which personally I think it's because maybe the plans to change the packaging wasn't as yet completed, so that we still have this box with this kind of window packaging, which I prefer this window packaging, and I wish all the other Daleks had this window packaging. Now if we have a look to the sides, it's got your old traditional 13th Doctor TARDIS. Same on the side, it's all typically your 13th Doctor packaging, and obviously it says Creation of the Daleks collector's figure set at the bottom, and it says Genesis of the Daleks 1975, which particularly is my favourite story. So the first figure we are going to review is the Genesis of the Daleks Dalek. Now this differs from all of the Genesis Daleks, being it is an exact match to the paint job of the original props. As you can see, the Genesis Dalek may look a little bit different, as the ball joints aren't fully in, because it has a very magnificent feature where you can pull out the ball joints, just like that, and it pulls out. And you can pull out the plunger, as well as the exterminator gun, to make it look exactly like the Dalek did in Genesis of the Daleks, when Davros was first showing everybody what the Dalek was about. Now I think this is a great feature, and because of this is my favourite Dalek. But they've also got the colour a perfect match, and it looks really grey on camera, but it's actually like a browny dark grey in person, which looks absolutely fantastic. It has a lot of scuff marks around the fender, which shows that it's been bumping around into things. Now my only issue with this is, because it was meant to be when the Daleks were first made, I don't think it should have such a lot of scuff marks. But saying that, throughout the story I bet it did have a few scuff marks after banging into things with the actors inside the Daleks and everything. So this Dalek also comes with some quite neat accessories, such as some piping and a kind of box kind of thing, which can attach onto your exterminator gun, like so, and can also attach on to the plunger. And can also attach onto the plunger. Now the interesting thing that you can do with this is you can actually make the Dalek hold it, like so, and it kind of gives the effect like in the show when Davros was showing off all the equipment for the Dalek and what the Dalek comes with, such as the plunger and the exterminator gun. And it kind of makes it look like there is a lot of machinery and tech inside the Dalek casing, which I think is particularly just great, and I think it's going to look particularly good on people's shelves. So for the second figure in this set, Davros, who was played by Michael Wisher, which is personally my favourite actor who played Davros. I think he was amazing, and obviously he was the first Davros. His figure slightly alters from his original figure, which came out in around 2010-2011, which is quite a long time ago now. He first appeared in the Genesis of the Daleks set, which came with two Genesis Daleks, a Davros, a mutant Dalek, and the fourth Doctor Tom Baker. So for this one, there's a few subtle changes, such as the head has been given a bit more of a darker wash. It's not as light as the original, and also the wire on top of his head is also now black rather than blue, I think it was before. Which is, or orange it might have been, sorry. So that is also more screen accurate. Now the sculpting on this Davros is pretty much an exact match to the original Davros. It even still has the button, which if you press it, the plate for Davros comes off and you can see all the machinery of Davros's chair, and it has even been coloured and has a nice silver wash over the top of it, which looks fantastic. So they haven't dropped in detail on the original. Now also, the buttons are also slightly different. If you pan up to the buttons are also slightly different. I just think they've made the reds a bit more darker and the yellow a bit more darker. But then also on the side of Davros, where this clear plating is, if you've noticed, the corner bits are also orange rather than yellow, which is a lot better for screen accuracy because they were actually orange. I'm pretty sure they were actually orange and not yellow. As well as them few changes, they've also scuffed up Davros's base. If you can see that, see it shining in the light, which is quite annoying personally, because this particular Davros was the first Davros we saw, and on screen it didn't have any scuffs on his base at all. That's not to say he didn't go on to get lots of scuffs, but on screen when we saw him he didn't have no scuffs whatsoever. So that's something that I think they could have just left, that just silver basically, but they haven't done, which is fine. But all in all, it is genuinely a great figure, absolutely great figure. And with Davros, and I'll bring the Dalek back into shot, and the Dalek next to each other, they look absolutely amazing next to each other. And I'm also very much looking forward to getting the Genesis of the Dalek set, Dalek Collector set number 11 I think it is. I'm also looking forward to getting that one so I can have another couple of Daleks next to Davros. And on my shelf I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. On anyone's shelf I think it will look absolutely fantastic. And I think that this Davros figure will, for some people, replace the original on their shelves. And this Dalek will definitely, of course, get put on people's shelves because it's just such a vast change, and it is much more accurate to the original. Which this one makes the original. This Dalek makes the original just look completely out of place. It makes it look like it's from a different story altogether. But thank you everybody for watching this review, and we will see everybody in the next one.